Hello, hello. Sorry. I've been trying to get the lighting, it's an ongoing struggle, and I needed a stage manager or something. Yeah, hang on. Okay, that's a little better. Sorry. I had a huge long quote today, and I just thought that's too much. I might refer back to it if it seems to address what comes out in the cards. But the short thing I thought of, was just scar tissue. Which when it's brand new, you get adhesions where parts of it just start to stick together. So you rub the scar tissue quite fiercely, instructed by a physical therapist to do this, which breaks up the, I don't really know how it works physiologically, but it breaks up the scar tissue and helps it sort of dissipate. And over time, the feeling comes back as well. So there's something about that. Just what the body does when there's an injury is to, protect it with a scar. It's a healing thing, but it also it can cause problems, these adhesions, which are very painful, or but it dissipates over time. So what is the emotional scar tissue? And how can we work with it to heal? It's like the scar tissue heals the wound, and then you work at healing the scar tissue. You guys, thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I really appreciate it. And Spirit is here too. And somebody was asking me today, somebody who asked for a private reading, and they said, how does this work? Are you talking to the angels? What do you, how do you conceive it? So I said, yes, angels, ancestors, all the forces in the universe that have our best interests at heart. And, and me, my guys, and your guys, the person I'm reading for, very much here in the mix, and then the big mixer on high. So that's the deal. For our highest good, please, what are the messages that need to come through? King of Swords. King of Swords is clear. Sometimes so clear it's cold. Swords are about analytical understanding. So somebody's approach to the healing, to the scar tissue, to the whatever, might be to take a very removed view, almost like the medical thing. Physiologically, this is what's happened, and so we'll see. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Another one. We have Six of Pentacles. The card of two people bringing something to the equation. It's a card of equal give and take, and of generosity on that Pentacles level, different from Sword energy, which is the thinking about it. This is like the doing of it, Pentacles. In an even exchange. Thank you. World. This is it can be the culmination of some long effort that has it's like you get to go to the next grade. You're clear to graduate. and step through. The fixed signs, Scorpio. I always do this. Leo, Sag, Taurus. There we go, finally. And it may or may not resonate with signs. I just am not clear how important that is. You know, if you're not one of those signs, it doesn't mean that this reading isn't for you. Stick it out and we'll see what comes up. What's this passage, this major arcana graduation? Me oh my, lovers. Magician. Manifesting this kind of relationship, like bringing it into being. This is a card of air and earth, Virgo and Gemini. And we have air and earth on the board as it happens. King of Swords, the one who takes action by analyzing, by being clear, and somehow this leveling up on the you know, the plane of what's tangible, like of real value that we can access in our lives. Lovers falls below King of Swords. Lovers is a card of Gemini. And here's Virgo Gemini under Six of Pentacles. It's exactly that. I mean, you know, here we go. Lovers, Magician, Earth, Air, manifesting. We have in King of Pentacles, King of Swords, Six of Pentacles, that same Earth-Air combination. It's sort of like conceive it, do it. You know, get that. And this can be, you know, often I say this is the twin. This is the two people coming together, but it's also internally to have your masculine, feminine balanced. Because it's all about balance. So you have an internal twin too, if you want to look at it that way. Oh, here comes Rue again. Okay. So tell us about its great power to be able to manifest a lover's relationship. It's a lot of work. Pentacles energy. Takes time, takes effort. Takes showing up in equal, you know. Oh dear. Five of Swords. This can be mind games. This can be like a battle that's over. Somebody's won, somebody's lost. In sword energy. So it can be a contention about different belief systems. But I always notice this guy's won, but the other characters are leaving the field. You know, he's left by himself. He's won, but he's by himself. He's not in a, and he, she, they. Again, gender, switch it around if it seems to make more sense to flip the gender role. But on the table, it looks like a he. Tell us about that Five of Swords. It's not a great energy, right? Spirit. Eight of Cups. Here we go. That's a card of leaving, of hitting the trail. Leaving a situation in terms of what you feel about it. Moving on. And it can be a card of going towards something. It might be, because I'm, again, reminded of this with the guys leaving. Leaving and moving on. new beginning, passionate new beginning. Ace of Wands. Sorry, upside down. I don't read for reversals, so, you know, this is like a new idea, a new direction. And I associate wands very much with the body. I mean, pentacles are too. But this is sort of like the force that drives the body. And that's not quite the right way of putting it. She said, talking like Elmer Fudd. Tell us about this King of Swords. A high expression of clarity, of clear thinking. So he may have come to, he, she, they, a new understanding. And again, the Pentacles. How do you put it into work? How do you put it to work for you? You know, how do you master the craft of bringing, it's sort of like this, this energy again. Because you're bringing something into this dimension, 3D, where we can get our hands on it. And this is the card of getting your hands on it. You know, he's making these pentacles. He's building something through his effort. He, she, they. Their effort. World, please, Spirit, this new, I mean, it looks like the work and the time put in gets us through the portal. Queen of Swords. There's a match on the board. Now again, it could be within one person, these balanced energies. King of Swords analyzes it sort of from the outside to get a clear perspective. Queen of Swords is similarly clear, but she's more inclined to use her sword to cut something off or to set a boundary. You know, King of Swords does too, in that his analysis removes him from the situation. But Queen of Swords is kind of the filter. What's true, what's real. And again, that filter, I think I talked about that the other day, of how do you get to the next level in archetypal energy. The big hitters, the hard hitters, the major leagues. There's a filter of a sort before you can pass through. You have to be clear, you have to have your intention set to know what's real and what's not real. I mean, that's sort of the difference, I think, between King and Queen of Swords. She knows what's true and what's not true, and cuts away the untruth. Not sure where scar tissue fits into that, but it might. Please clarify the Magician, what we're manifesting here. Whoa, whoa. Apparently a lot. Whoa. Sorry, I have to. Okay, this is just a ton of cards. So this is sort of, I'm just going to use what popped out. There's so many of them. This is kind of Queen of Swords energy, even though it's in Wands energy. This is somebody who's standing up for themselves and blocking. It's how you deal with obstacles. It's like, where are you willing to put your time, your attention, your what matters to you? You know, and how do you keep out without closing it off and getting cold? How do you keep out what doesn't serve? So Magician is I'm going to put them over here because we got so many. You're manifesting that filter to let in the new thing that has real potential for growth. It's like potential energy. something you'll be able to tap into. Eight of Swords. You know, there's some kind of mindset that is challenging you. Can you do this? It's saying you're stuck. You're stuck in a mindset. Well, somebody's leaving the field, Five of Swords, and walking away. So I'm not sure it's you stuck in a mindset. If it is, you're moving to a better place. And this may be the King of Swords or Queen of Swords energy. It's like if I was stuck, I'm moving on to a clearer, calmer place. Rough waters that you're exiting here, that Five of Swords, you've left the battlefield, is what I'd say, and you're moving on from Five of Swords to Six of Swords. Knight of Cups. I think, well, I'm not sure. I think perhaps when you move on, this offer comes in of care and concern. Perhaps somebody doesn't want you to move on. Three of Pentacles. That's an energy of cooperation, of working to build something in 3D. And that might be the proposal, because that's sort of what Knight of Cups is. It's like a proposal. Not necessarily, you know, will you marry me? But it's sort of like a, can we do this? Can we build something? Can we move on from the contention? Hierophant. It's a card of marriage. It's also a card of higher power. You know, like the universe, spirit, however you want to call it, weighing in. There's a lesson here. This is a card of the teacher. Moon. It seems to me the teaching has to do with sort of the esoteric. What can't really be readily seen. It can be felt. It's a card of emotion. Pisces. And I like it, the two wolves howling. You know, it's how you communicate. It's a kind of call and response. So there's something about entering into this archetypal, you know, potential. Again, it's sort of potential energy. What do you bring back that you can use in the world from this place of deep feelings? Let's get one more on that, and then we'll switch decks. One more on Hierophant Moon, please. Earth energy, Taurus in Hierophant. Okay. Well, in that same energy, Piscean energy of sort of the dream world of feelings, now we've got an embodiment of it, King of Cups, with Ace of Swords. I think it's sort of like, you know, to enter into this new beginning, to do with truth and beliefs and what you say rings true. It comes from a heart space. It may be a sword energy of sort of analysis, speech, that kind of connection, but it's based on the heart, this Piscean energy. And Hierophant can also be sort of the restrictive belief system. This is a belief based on being able to love. So let's just get a couple of clarifiers. I think we need to clarify Hierophant. You know, to see, is that the mindset of something that's a bit restrictive? Or is it a higher power trying to point us in a certain direction, that compass needle of the Ace of Swords, pointing us toward the truth? Can you tell us about that, please, Spirit? King of Swords again. One more. Seven of Swords. I mean, we keep getting these sort of slightly crappy sword energies. This is self-deception or somebody else deceiving. But King of Swords is right there bringing clarity to it. I think King of Swords could see through whatever this sort of strategy is. Tell us about the strategy, please. Seven of Swords. Somebody trying to get away with something? King of Cups. We got two kings repeating. Kings are not necessarily masculine. They're the active aspect of this energy, which is cups, connection, love. Somebody may have been deceiving themselves about who they love, who they might want to marry. They're not listening to their higher power, which is trying to tell them something. King of Cups, what say you, King? Again, this could all be internal. It just could. Okay, there are a couple more. Dang it, this is... They're just splatting all over the place. And we have here... Okay, we'll do it this way. There's an opportunity for a new beginning. Ace of Wands. A new passion, a new purpose. After some sadness is seen through, felt through, because you can't really get out of Five of Cups energy, that feeling of loss, just by thinking your way through it. That doesn't happen. You got to feel your way through it in order to, it seems to me, get this new, inspired burst of life, which could like work in the sense of pentacles, not just for you, but for everybody in the situation. So perhaps it's all is not lost kind of energy. You know, there's a sadness, there's that sad passage that we have to go through. But there's a new direction that will lead us by following our heart out of loneliness and loss into this Ten of Pentacles, like an energy of the village, of being, you know, it takes a village. And it's sort of like finding like-minded people who are also operating in a King of Cups energy, who know what they feel, including the sadness. One more on the bottom. Lovely. Strength. A card of Leo. A card of working with yourself, you know, on what scares you, what has hurt you, healing it, healing the scar tissue, if you will. I always call this a card of compassion because it brings to mind, for me, we've got the lion and the sort of benevolent character calming it. Reminds me of Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel was brave enough, it's a biblical character, to go into the den where the lion was wounded and howling. And Daniel went in and found a thorn in the lion's paw and was able to pull it out and begin that process of healing the scar. It's a way of providing comfort to ourselves first, and then we can carry it out into the world, kind of in this infinity loop. It's energy that connects one to the other. Are we all connected? Yes, sirree. This is a card of Leo. Life force, brightness, energy. Twice over, Ace of Wands. It's like reigniting your power, your purpose, your creativity. You've got the strength to do it. It does take courage, though, doesn't it? Because, for instance, in the how do you break up the scar? You have to work it. You have to touch that sore place, and so it does take courage, and it does take compassion, and it does take a sort of faith in what's on the other side, that we can heal. We can. Sorry, big glob here. And I was laughing because it's King of Pentacles. All masculine energy so far, action-taking energy. This is the caretaker. It dovetails nicely with the Strength card. Because this is somebody who would put that compassion into action on this plane. Not just by thinking about it, by embodying it. Making a choice to do that. Choosing that earth element, what you can see and touch and taste. I think Strength card is all about the healing touch. You guys may be healers, and you have to have dealt with your own pain to a degree in order to be able to identify with somebody else who's in pain. You can take a thorn out, and then the rest is sort of up to, then you hand it over. And Spirit does the rest. And it's slow going. You can't skip steps. It's a slow, steady path in earth energy again. And it's something you decide to do. You may have been waffling in the past. Do I do it? Do I not do it? And this is yes, I do it step by step. I have the courage to work my way. Pentacles energy is about work and time toward the new beginning. This is like, it's in your body in Pentacles energy, and it's in the energy that kind of drives you, life force energy. And again, these Leo cards appearing. So we have on the board, we have Leo, a lot of air energy in King and Queen of Swords. There is a match. Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, Taurus. King of Swords appears twice. That's it. King of Swords appears twice. I think both parties, because I do think there are two people, are approaching this situation with renewed clarity. Something has changed, and I think it has to do with that courageous decision, because this is decision. to take care of oneself. Aces can speak to one. And your own kind of internal fire. And then in that same fire energy, the sort of equal give and take of this healing energy of strength. Like you give each other strength to carry on. What's that? I'll give you strength to carry on. I can't remember now. I should know. Anyways, I give you strength to carry on. Lean on me. Lean on me. And that's sort of what this is. Oops. I'm really sorry. Lean on me. I'll lean on you. We've got each other's backs in some fundamental way. In this infinity loop of care and compassion. We're here, we're showing up. We're showing up for each other. In a very honest, true, clear way, King and Queen of Swords. You know, whatever the dubious sword action was, 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords, there was another one, I think. It's been clarified and healed, not trapped, not lost. All is not lost. In fact, there are very good things coming in. And you don't want to block them. You know, out of fear of your vulnerability. Because there are new beginnings here. You know, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands twice. No Ace of Cups. That doesn't mean there's not love. There's love. There's love. It's worth walking that path. It's worth the vulnerability. Because what you're manifesting, both of you, is this kind of a relationship. And in order to come into this kind of a relationship, you need to have that internally as well. Your inside is out, your outside is in. So come on. Come on. Gemini time. Cancer time. You guys, listen, I just wanted to mention the obnoxious itching that I'm doing. There's a thing in this neck of the woods called brown-tail moth, and they shed microscopic hairs that if they touch you, cause a terrible rash that blisters and is just nuts. And everybody in my neighborhood is dealing with this. And it just is a constant challenge. It'll go on probably for another couple of weeks before it begins to calm down. So I'm like antihistamine to the max, and just itching all the time. And I'm sorry if it's distracting. Yeah, so gotta heal that. Till next time, you guys. Good things ahead. Good things ahead. Love you guys.